What's up, Go enthusiasts? Today I'm playing against Katago. We will make a new game, select white to be AI, Katago, handicap style, because I'm going to give it it's going to give me 3 stones. 3 stones, full Komi, full kata handicap, power, and yeah, we're going to go AGA rules because I'm an AGA player. Looks good, right? Start new game, and I'm going to go check my AI settings here. So PDA is automatic, that's good. We want to have, let's see, analysis settings, is it? We want to have general and engine settings. We want to make sure that I update this. So we want the max visits of analysis. We're going to set that to like 2,000. And I think if I keep this, it's going to be no difference. But I'll set it higher as well, just to be sure. So what should happen now is that when I play a move, it's going to think for a while. It's going to run through 2,000 visits. And then in about 5 seconds, it should be ready to go. Ooh, I was thinking for like 10 seconds. 10 seconds per move or so. Yeah, that might pretty darn good computer think. So this time, Katago will be very, very scary. I beat it before on 3 stones. Wait, hold on. New game. Am I giving it Komi? I do not want to give it Komi. Alright, I want to beat it 3 stones, no Komi, but it's the proper, very good Katago. So we're going to let it go 2,000 playouts each and every single move. You can turn on pondering as well somewhere in here, but I don't know if that's easily available from just Katrin interface. Okay, so this is going to be a good match. My AI opponent will be very strong, and I shall try my very, very best to beat it. Yeah, the last time I played it actually is the time that I won. So let's go. Right, so it approached. I think I should reapproach here. I would like to, at least. We're going to try to make sure that we know exactly what's going on in the fight. Like, I want to have very good situational awareness, but not very good cowardice. No cowardly moves, so if it invites us to reapproach, we reapproach. And Hane is normal. Extend will happen, I'm sure, and then do I want to attach or extend in the corner? It should play, let's see. It should be attached that's very slightly better when it's possible, right? So after I attach into the corner, I might pincer here or take a base here. If it plays a pincer after this, I think that's acceptable too. But my group in the corner can be slightly weak as well, I should remember, as I make my planning here. Okay, I think I will... I think I will attach into the corner. So it's going to Hane here. I'm going to connect, probably. You can play that one too, but I think connect should be good here. It's going to play probably connect here. And then I'm going to have to take care of the base of one of these groups, and I think it should be this one because he's quite thick there. So I think I should just 2-space back here. That looks very standard, normal to me. And I do not want to speak like I have a huge attack on the top side, because I don't. My group here can be weak. So we're going to speak rather passively instead. I'm just going to push up here. Yes, should be good. Aha, okay. It actually does this. I didn't think this was good, but if Katago says so, who am I to disagree? I wonder what the meaning is, actually. I can't say that I know. Is blocking here really that good? It means that the AI really highly values protecting this for later. And yeah, maybe there's some shape over here that's gonna be good. But if it really highly values protecting that, maybe that means that I need to quickly handle that, maybe? Oh, you know what it's talking about, actually? I've realized. It's talking about the idea that I was going to run up here after this. And now that running up is like, these are the stones that it's going to want in that fight if I run up. That's making sense, actually. That's making a lot of sense. Okay, so how can I speak from now? My first intuition was like, that's just tiger's mouth. And then I thought, well, it's going to block, and then I'm going to have to run out anyway, probably. It's probably good for me to run out anyway, at least, aiming at this. And then these are sort of justified, and especially the fact that like I protected my cut, but my push through is already just protected by him. So then I was thinking like, okay, is there something else I can get, something more I can get? But anything more that you get here is all still going to protect that cut, and it's all still going to run you out. So mostly we should be thinking about like, what's the best way? What's the best shape to do that stuff? What's the most I can get, right? Is the most I can get like counterattack against this? Or is it like health and safety here? Or is it like extra space here or something? I can't really imagine. Oh, you know what? Should I swap out my chair? I know it's an annoying sound for you guys. Usually my music is too loud for me to hear it, to be honest. And this chair is so comfortable. It's actually incredibly comfortable. I may not switch, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna plug in my headphones though. And we'll okay. So, Katago gave me this question. I defended, now what? What are you gonna do? And I have to find out, what am I gonna do? Somehow, if I play here, later he would hane and I answer it. If I don't do that, and he hits this one, then I'm going to Tiger's Mouth. If he pushes here, and I push back, and cover, usually that's not good for black, right? White captures this, but now that white played this, it is good for black, maybe. White already defended. So maybe after this one, I would still just answer, and I would still get a chance to block here. So it means there's basically no difference between me playing this Tiger's Mouth or not, locally speaking, unless white would choose a different move than the Tesuji, the nice move approach to my cutting point. So white could, in theory, think about peeping. I've seen that stuff before, but it seems like it's more likely that that is just not a valuable area at the moment. So if white would press on me here, then I could go and save. So it seems like this is probably just not valuable to defend after this. Very interesting. Maybe I need to go and defend this. I could invade, but you know, when they jump up, I have to answer and I lose time. So to set up an invasion or counterattack, I should probably answer around here. Maybe even large nice move answer. Let's try large nice move answer. I haven't tried that against AI, I think, ever. I want to see what AI does against this. A lot of humans will just wait to invade the 3-3. Let's see if AI has a similar concept for how to deal with that one. So the connect comes, okay. This exchanged for this means they want to get very thick here. I must answer here, I think. Actually, when they connect, I don't necessarily need to answer with B15 because they're so thick now that from their perspective, it's somewhat of an awkward, over-concentrated shape to make. So it's possible for me to like re-invade over here. However, when they push through, I would definitely want to answer, right? No, actually I would leave them alone and sack the 2 stones again, maybe, and attack this. This part would be very valuable. It's actually entirely possible for me to play the topside now. Since I've been speaking very defensively with this, you know, it's not important to keep this one, to keep this whole group weak with b15. Am I making a mistake? Nah. I think I can come and invade. Let's see. I'm very curious what it wants to do. Whether it's going to switch very quickly here, or whether it's going to be a bit more aggressive, counter-aggressive, chase me and try to counter this group. So it's going to be aggressive. Here's the peep that I was talking about that is supposed to ruin my shape in theory. But of course I'm still going to be able to escape, right? So no matter what it tries now, I'm pretty sure that black is strong enough to run out, right? If I suddenly get surrounded here, it was a mistake, but like, I don't think so. It should only be that I can counter this stone, which is an interesting idea. Like, after it counters this stone, then I might be able to go squeeze the corner and let it take it, something like that. Anyway, jump out is normal. Knight's move also possible. The cut there would be strong. I think jump out has to be the way. We'll see whether it's going to be very aggressive and try something here. It seems more likely to me that it won't be. Yeah, it'll be more global attacking. This is a nice move. I didn't expect this at all. I thought I was going to be chasing my 1 stone here, but instead it's talking about how, because I didn't play b15, my whole group can be weak. So if it surrounds this thing, then I can get in trouble. I didn't think of this as a threat. I thought the only thing that can go wrong when you leave c13 is c13. But actually it's saying you also became weaker globally, and like large scale, you got in trouble there and here. It's making so much sense. It's perfect. Yeah, perfect sense. So I must run, I think. Otherwise, if I don't run, then I definitely get covered now after an additional stun. I must run. It's going to handle this part, and then probably it's going to end up being a sacrifice for me on that thing. Because it isn't chasing these, then I'll get a re-attack over here. So that's going to be fine. But just a little bit good for white. That this left side is definitely more important than the top side attacking I'll get. Yeah. Now you could actually go pincer this first and aim at the stuff inside first. Or you could go and jump here. The problem with jump here might be that when they approach, they cover their Aji very, very nicely, you know? However, if I can get a cover over here, something that would eat these stones, that shouldn't be acceptable, really. And I think that it's super, super high value to be the first one to jump up over here, to be the one getting on top of the other stone. Even though when I jump up, it's going to have waited for the 3-3 successfully, I think that's acceptable. I think that's okay. So I think jumping here rather than this one, and we're gonna try to play c7 as urgently as possible, but this one is hyper urgent at the moment. Oh, maybe I should pick my technique a little carefully here, because sometimes you should diagonal, right? In this case, right after I diagonal, he'll go into the corner and say it's so small. So I think I must jump. Jump is the right shape here. If I play locally, it should be jump. Maybe c7 is better. Maybe. Wow. So different than I thought. It means they're claiming to not be surroundable at all right now. They're claiming... What? This move... Did anyone expect that direction? Like, it means they're thickening themselves in between all of my groups to say, I will be weak and counterattacked. Basically, when I come out here, because of that, they're thinking the wedge can be strong. Like, if I jump, then push here and wedge is already cutting me, you know? So jump, and then all they have to do is jump out like one step, and then suddenly they can already wedge. And it's so thick because this is going to be ko here. They can Atari and answer, and the ko will exist, and it's going to be fine for white. Oh my god. They really, really needed the thickness there for the wedge, and then they're also, obviously, at the same time, they're looking at the under the stones thing. Wow. This move. I didn't know such moves existed. You can get attacked and then be like, okay, I'm going to use my counter resource, I'm going to use that wedge, and I'm going to prepare with a super thickness. And then they can't cover me, so I'm going to be totally fine. Of course, it's making so much sense, actually. Like, the move itself is really hard, but the next follow-ups for white here should be relatively easy, actually. It should be actually black who's in a lot of danger in terms of positionally, like trying to keep the position stable. Wow. Wonderful move. Wonderful move. That's really high class. So what do I do? Now that I've understood what the heck that katago is doing. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. Am I supposed to jump one step and then say, like, temporarily the stuff is working for me because I have a push through? And then when you answer again, then I'll find a different way to make it temporarily work for me? Like, have a permanent temporary situation going on? I could also play peep, let them connect, and then block on top. Let them split like that. Normally that shape is really terrible, but in this case it's going to lead to a surround, right? And also covering the weakness, the important weakness. Okay, I think peep is a good move, actually. I'm reading a bunch of variations where they like try playing here, and they try playing push here, and they like. It seems like peep is relatively flexible. What exactly do I think white is gonna do? Oh my goodness, are they going to connect? Let me play here and then hane? So if I cut, then they can push Atari cut. That's too much. No, but what they're gonna do is probably play there and then let me let this happen, and then it's already kind of covered because of what happened over there. Can I cut? They descend. I can. Is it good? Oh, I think so. Okay, we're peeping. We're peeping. I think it's going to solid connect. And then I'm going to block here. I think this is mandatory. I actually should spend a little bit of time thinking about other options. But like, what I've done here is I've reinforced their wedge threat because I'm planning to fix the wedge threat immediately. And if I don't do that, it's like ridiculous. Yeah, I must do that. I think they're just gonna run out. Yeah, that's all they do. Okay. And now I can surround. It's actually really nice because I'm leaving a lot of cutting points behind, right? Which looks really ugly. But if they try to use them right away, well, they can use it to cut here, but then I'm going to erase them on the top side, which should be okay for me. It looks like it'll be fine. And if they don't use it to cut me right away and they go back, then when I fix it, I'll fix the cuts over here at the same time. So I think it's really nice. I don't know. There might be a problem with this, but I don't see it. So that's the fixing I was expecting, and I was saying I was going to just fix over here. And I think I'm actually pretty satisfied. Because the weaknesses over here are very real, you know? The cutting there is very scary, so getting to fix like this should be really good. And of course later there's weaknesses over there still. Oh, I forgot this thing. If I had thought at all about what way it was going to do, I'd know the way it was going to play here. But I think you have to still do it. But I can't believe they actually think they can play away from this part too. I thought they were going to answer here, and then I was going to have Sente, and I guess I did remember that Sente was high priority. I just didn't think that they would actually take Sente from this. So when I Hana here, and they cut, and they go there and cut, isn't it good for me? I mean, the classical way of thinking is that that's good for black. So let's see. I mean, maybe it just thought this is better for white, more good for white than this is good for black, which is reasonable, possible. Ah, there's this way. I forgot. Right, of course. If I think the cutting is good for black, I should think, what is he gonna do? And then, I mean, pretty dumb by me just now. All right. Well, we have to solve this. Now what? Right. Um. So if I push here and cut here, then if the Atari is not good, but they can do other things, like Atari and connect here, which makes a very nice shape. Then I can Atari and capture these, but classically we think that's pretty bad, since black is not alive yet over there. However, black did get a lot of counterattacking potential against these things. Since I got very thick here, it seems like that could be a variation I'm supposed to go for. Also possible is to Atari here. And then they are going to make some cutting shape, something like cut here or here. If they do that way, I can maybe connect, Atari. Oh, I guess I will just die. I think, anyway, it's largely going to end up as a capture thing, right? Actually, then this way should be strong, right? Oh, here? Wait, I Atari here. They cut. I capture, they play here. I cut, they play there. Ah. So they're going to connect under and just let me capture a stone. That's their point now. If I try to deny this attempt by white to let me capture a stone, I can play this one, and that kind of forces some of the other variations that you're looking at. The ones where I can Atari here and capture, but then get kind of screwed. Yeah, that looks really bad, actually, to play like this. And capture directly, I wasn't even looking at it for a while, because it seemed like this Atari is going to be really strong. Just and link up here somehow. White can try to save underneath, but when white, or black can try to save underneath, but when white just like accepts and takes the outside, that's more valuable. Like, it's clear that the Panuki is going to be a better variation overall than those variations. I think Panuki is probably good, because then I can play here, and then I have a Hane connect, which kills him locally, right? I think that's really strong. If I play here and he connects, and I connect, and he goes there, and I connect, and he goes there, and I run out, isn't that unplayable? If I play here and there, and I connect, that's probably also unplayable. Cut. Connect. Which is the more unplayable? Probably this one. It's so silly to play it out, right? Oh, actually, I'm not sure. Maybe that one is the more playable, and this one is the more unplayable. I'm trying to think of how to make sure I get the capture. Maybe white will resist the capture variation. If I Atari here and connect, then white will cut. Yeah. Then if I run out, white captures my one stone. It's unacceptable. If I connect back, then they can block or extend something. I have the Atari, but after Atari, and then Hane here. It's like super scary because he has this Sente as well at that point. So I can like actually die. There. Aha, that's the way. So I'm going to Atari here. He extends. Connect. He pokes at it. I push here first. Then if he goes for it, he's a maniac. Right? Goes for it. I do all that. The squeeze would work, but what if they Hane first? Oh my god. It's not really working. There. If I just give the one stone, it's clearly good for black, right? Okay, this is the way to do it. Anyway, I think that they're going to give up the top side. Or they're going to take the top side, I mean, like this. I just wanted to make sure that I was prepared. So, capture one stone. They should extend here, and then I want to play here. When they push here, I'm going to block, and then they're going to be alive. But still, I think this is so big, isn't it? Wait, I can hesitate for a moment here. Because it's possible that the lower left has a meaning. Because these stones, they got captured in this very suspicious way, where it's very likely they're not completely dead. Oh, I need to turn off my Fox. Okay. I don't think it's good to touch anything here, and I don't think it's bad for them to approach. I think we're going to be fine if that happens. Because largely I get value in the form of outside, like here, right? So that means I'm actually kind of thicker, I think, than you'd expect. So therefore it should be good for me to take this. I think that the double approach is coming, but... Oh, they run out. Alright. It means they're waiting for the attach across here, which I would have to Hane back now and give them the one stun, give them safety. And then after that, there would also be a cut over here. So it's like actually very severe. Maybe it's worth it to defend. Usually never, but if I put a stone somewhere, but I wouldn't be able to surround them. I would get the territory over there, but no surround. Probably it's better to just like defend this patiently. I think if they Hane and descend, then I could even switch, right? Just capture. So I don't think it's like very strong. Also, remember, they have the bonus eye over here, so like all the attacks that could say that they're killing this way are not very serious. It's mostly just I swept away the territory. That was the main point of this. But it sure would be nice if he was surrounded and small and stuff. I guess that's just dreaming. It's not reality. I need a reality check. Yeah, let's just go back and answer here. Okay, push and cut. I must block. Push and jump, okay. Then the cutting point became more valuable as it plays. I can fix it in a few ways. I cannot lock it in here, but that wasn't the point. The point is I will take this separately and take a influence in the center, which is healthy enough, right? I don't know which is a good move. I'm sort of thinking after this one, their Hane can be nice, because after Hane, then there's like an Atari thing waiting. Atari cut waiting. And it can sort of split my intention as well. So after they attach, I would have to extend probably. And then they can keep pushing. And I continue to have annoyance. At that point, I could Hane. I actually think that would be a pretty bad sequence for white, so I probably shouldn't be scared of it. Comparatively, this one, I'm just thinking they'll push. But then I can defend here. I think this one is super large. Some defense like this. I don't know, man. Let's just defend with the tiger's mouth. Yeah, I expected that they would actually play away, that they wouldn't want anything over here. I was sort of expecting them to find some magic move in the corner, but 3/3 invasion is just a normal play away. Makes sense. I could block this way, take Sente, and then block here. But it's a bit tough, you know. It's like I mean, I guess it should be good for black, just off appearances. So let's try. Let's see what's wrong with that. If I were white, I would feel like that was gaining for my opponent. So what does it do? Is it gonna hop in? It didn't, as expected. Really, I didn't think it could hop into this, but now I think I can just build it. I think it still shouldn't really be able to hop in. Should I build it fast to try to keep it that way, and then like finish a move? I think that's normal, right? Let's build it fast. Ooh, here's the hop in. Yeah. This is how kata handicap will come back in the game, right? It's saying like, okay, I made a sort of complicated fighting situation where I managed to save the fight over here. From White's perspective, you know, White saved everything and successfully killed. So clearly this was more good for White than this is good for Black. That's obvious. I tried to transition this goodness into the outside, so I made this good situation happen. But here we'll say, now you don't get a good situation, I still have that. And the territory will like slowly add up for White, right? It's already adding up quite a bit. Yeah, obviously it was a mistake to speak strongly at the part where I was like playing away from the 2 weak groups here. It managed to actually make this properly weak group in combination with the other, which for some reason wasn't on my mind. I definitely lost a lot of control there. So at the moment we have a huge moyo for Black, but other than that, Black has only, I would call this only like 15 points, maybe 25, and White has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Yeah, about 55. And no Komi. But it's not like Black is literally behind by 30 points. It's just that I have a huge moyo, and this should definitely give me a lot of value. Just getting like the whole bottom side, for example, would not be enough. But the trick is, how am I going to get that value, right? I think that they're going to try to use this cutting point to save themselves later in this cutting area. But they're also going to be using this weak group if I don't pay attention to it. And I think this weak group is the most important counter resource that they have. There's also some resources over here. But it seems like in general, if they can run through there, they'll get like a lot of forcing moves. So my main goal should be to attack this in a way which covers my counter attacks and gathers the maximum amount of value possible, right? So maybe this one is a good move. Here and descend would be strong, right? I think this is tough. Tougher, right? Yeah, block here is expected, and then I should fall back. And then they'll fly. Yeah, and then now they do not have the ability to make any easy eyes on the side of the board. So I want to catch them. But maybe, like, I mean, I can surround them right now. Maybe when I do the surrounding process, they'll be able to magically make their shape, their space. And it would actually be better to, like, I would get more resources if I waited on the surrounding process. Like, I could Hane now, for example, and try to block. It doesn't seem right. It seems more like I could try a split here. Where I push them to the bottom side and then I save it at the like critical moment and then make some kind of double attack with that. I really don't want to get compressed so that I like cover this part somehow. It saves itself and then it also is like honeying here and making it so that I'm just a stick. Doing nothing with him safe here and safe here, you know? But the question to like make that not happen is how do I make a very strong punch on this group? This is exactly the type of position which I do not feel comfortable with for white once it gets surrounded. Like, once it gets surrounded, I feel like I make mistakes so much. And my opponents too. So I think I should play this as if it were a human game rather than an AI game. Since I know I'm playing against the AI, I can feel confident in this ability to gain on defense, but I don't see necessarily how to do it. The correct way is to challenge it to do the things which I don't know how to do, right? So to learn from it that way. Basically, I'm considering between these three moves. And finally, I think I want this one. I was also thinking about like attack from this direction a little bit briefly, but I don't think it's good. Let's do this. And let's see its attack, or let's see its defense. If it were me, I will just attach here, even though that's black's plan. I have no... Yeah. What was I going to say? Control, identity. I have no, like, ego as white. But katago does. So it blocks here, aiming at the very famous triple hane resource. I think I should just descend. You can be more active than that, but this one gives me a lot of potential to make bottom side things matter. So I actually like it a lot. I think it's got to be the right choice. And we'll see how white handles this bottom side group and the middle group at the same time. Hane first. It's making sense. It's a reasonable hane. I was thinking I could play counter hane before, so that if it tries to link up, then I could break through and take this. But because of this exchange, it's saying my taking the corner would be small. Wow, that's a very interesting idea. That's a very interesting idea. I was also thinking that if I extend, it's no problem. But maybe katago thinks it's a problem to extend. There is, after all, after extend, there is a somewhat funny shape here. It's possible for white to literally just walk through, and then walk through. Huh. But can't I ask about like hane here? So I want to hane. It does this and push through. I block. It connects. Solid connects. How is it gonna cover that? Because surely it's good if I can get the Atari. I think it would be good if I can get the Atari to swap and then save this and kill that. Of course, that's good. There. Hane. Block. Then I can cut, take the corner, and it's better for me, right? I think this has to be the good Suji way. Good trading, good happy health, happy feeling. Aha, it just backs off, so it does not go for the trading sequences immediately. Okay, that's interesting, because the the corner here is often left in danger when there's a connect. There's like attached stuff. In this case, the descend is making it so that my hanes get nothing, right? So very interesting. Very interesting timing there. Seems like I should simply connect instead and then wait for a longer term, like, wide attack on this group. So I could come in, look to come underneath, and look to come underneath here, and look to attack the whole thing later. But for now, I'm sure you need to save something here, right? It's actually possible to block, but I don't think it's right to leave this stuff hanging all the time. You could play the tiger, and then they will probably Atari here in tiger. So we lose like, we lose a lot of control over the center, but we do get some chance to like capture the corner and co later. It's just a super small co because the descend already exists. So probably connect is good. Since the descend exists, probably connect is good. And we should challenge them how they're going to save this after giving us more thickness. It seems hard for white, right? I don't know how to save this one, so I don't know what white is going to do. If for me, again, no ego, I just attach. Alright, and then Black Hane is the plan, I'm sure. Extend? Okay. Katago playing egoless. So the thing is, I have some funny ideas about this part, where if you get thickness towards it, it does nothing, but you can extract thickness from it by playing moves like attach here, and that should mean that actually black is kind of secretly thick here, right? And so therefore, it should be good for us to chase white. Like if you imagine there's stones here, then white running that way is meaningless, right? White should not run to the left center. I don't want to add more stones here because black is very secure already. So it makes me think of putting stones like from this side, but it's sort of weird to attack from that direction right now. Perhaps something like breaking the bamboo is actually viable. But it seems too much right now, right? When they have, like, they have somewhat urgent moves themselves over there, right? I wonder if I should just ask about this right now. That seems reasonable, right? Is this a good question timing? Could also do stuff directly over here first. But also it seems very reasonable to just block, allow them to save, because that's the type of position that's the most difficult, right? It's just that I'm getting influenced slightly wrong direction, but really when this is somewhat thin, it's like not even that wrong direction. Yeah, let's just block and give him the trouble. I think this is the most sensible, normal thing to do. Considering that there are, you know, cutting points there. This is very reasonable. And now black can play here to connect and keep white surrounded. That's the normal move. Black can press for more. It wouldn't be reasonable right now. Black should be normal. Let's be normal for a moment here. allow white to contort themselves just for a moment, and then we'll go reapproach, reuse this. Yeah, so white has to be very secure right now. This is actually the difficult part, right? So I shouldn't skip giving the AI the difficult part, which I would definitely give to my human opponents. In a human game, I will do something to limit this space, or to limit this space. But this space is useless, and this space is very meaningful, so I think I should prioritize this space. I think this one space jump is the right move to contort them again. Because if they end up putting stones here, which are kind of useless, we can just accept that and say, haha, you know, laugh at your funny slow moves. Oh, I wanted to descend to aim at the Hane to contort me for this part. That was the point. Okay, that's making sense. It's so good at using every little gap in your shapes. It's so annoying, actually. But I think I must save it. Probably saving it this way is the minimally bad. The one that controls the black area the most. And gives white the least, like controls the local area the most for black is what I meant to say. Yeah, it's got to be the right move to do this, but nice idea from white. I wonder if they're going to play something. Yeah, something over here. They find attachment. I didn't think of that move. It means that if they played this attachment, I was going to play something active. I wasn't going to just respond. They're getting in the way of that and trying to set up that attachment for later. But still, I need to Hane, right? I'm sure. I can't be wrong to Hane, right? Just walking towards this area gently, staying somewhat connected. Now I think I need to block. There's so many weaknesses there if you don't block. It's mandatory. And then. Is it just over after this Hane? I thought it was aiming at this attach underneath, but it was aiming at this Hane. Which, yeah, I thought I should be able to Atari, and then limit. Which you can do, but it's just, white will be alive. So I think white is just alive from now. So we forced them to pay me as much as possible, and now it's done. Payment done. And yeah, the best way to continue to press this would be from this side or from this side, probably. Maybe a move like this one, but at the moment it's too crazy because he's, you know, I'm not that thick. Have I gotten thick enough to be able to ask for the endgame here? Probably not. How about this endgame? So like, also what's the correct way to ask for this endgame? Is it to go directly in and slide under? Because that can be a strong move. Especially when I'm thick like this. I guess this should be the right move, locally speaking. This looks like a good move, right? I think it's good enough. Let's play it. Challenge white. What exactly can you do here? Okay, so it did think this area became valuable after I became thick. I should Hane, I'm sure. %100% sure. Okay, that's Sente. Wow. Does it think it's leading? Surely not. It did save successfully, and I did end up attacking it weirdly, But surely it's not leading yet. What is that supposed to cover? I don't understand. I don't understand this last move. It seems like it gave up some cutting weakness. Oh, because I didn't let it use it. But still, I need to come back here. Okay, and cut here, right? I thought it was fine. It's not that fine. Oh. Darn. I didn't realize I get that thin that fast. There. Okay, it's actually quite complicated. Darn, man. Okay. Let's focus. I can get an immense amount of liberties very quickly. Oh, just not enough. Really? Really? There. Wow. Obviously, it's an overreach if this can happen. I just thought this is not possible. I read it through a little bit from now, and then I had a one misread. Yeah. From afar before I played L2. Oh. So I think you have to play for the outside sacrifice after M2 from here. Because M2 gains a huge amount of liberties. That's the best trick available from now. So it's got to be something like cut and then immediate M2 to salvage this. Because if you block, you can block and go all the way through here, but they're going to play this one and it's still 3 to 4. So you can turn then and you can, you know, you can even like cover it very strongly. You can like cut, he goes here, cover, and then he comes back, or sorry, and then he extends, and then go exchange, cover, and then you have 3 liberties and he has 4, so you'll still get the whole outside. I mean, maybe that's the best you can do now. There. It is kind of nice to have the 2 cutting points with a clean outside covered. But in that case, it would be gote. There. There. Oh, man. It feels resign. It feels like resign. Because White got away with the kill in the beginning and is so safe everywhere. And all I'm going to get here is an outside, which is not very big. Oh, why is it so crushing, man? It must be White thinks they're already leading from this. Yeah, that's why this happened. It's because White thinks they're already leading, right? Let's check score. No, it's not. Okay. If it's black plus 10, I'll keep playing. I check score to see if white is winning and then resign. But alright, if it's black plus 10, I'll probably lose, so I'll keep playing. Oh, man. Does it come from a good squeeze? Like, what is the right good squeeze to go for? It must just be block here, block all this, and then fight this part. Let's do that. So it's gonna be here, and I'm gonna block directly here. That's the plan. Yeah, like this. And then they're gonna come back here, and then I'm gonna Atari. So that means that I can no longer squeeze to F2 here, but I do get to cover this part with nice shape to force the M3 capture, and then later when I play F2 I can still force it back. That was my thought. I thought it's like okay. And then that I could come over here and press on this somehow. I was thinking like attach. It's not that strong. Let me read carefully here. There. Attach is pretty strong here. Let's try it. Fighting with these weaknesses, and of course some of his weakness over here, and trying to say, if I get a Moyo here, that can be good too. So the Hane under was mandatory, I think, and then I was thinking I can extend up here, and leave some annoying weaknesses for white to the group over here, I think. So they have to come back, and then I could turn. That was my reading. But actually, that's not actually that good. Maybe I was supposed to do something even more. Because suddenly I notice when I turn and they extend to C5, that's like a standard white gaining press down. Ugh, annoying. So I think I need to peep on this. And that it's not making that much sense, what I've done just now. Not making that much sense. Because now I've built the area here, which I was giving up before. Like, maybe I should have left this part and decided later what to squeeze. Because I would rather have the F2 squeeze than the center squeeze now. But whatever. At least I got the peep. That's something. And then. Now what? Where can I make the most progress? What if I tripled Hane first? Then they would Atari and capture and give up the 2 stones. It's probably good for them. I could just go back and cover this. It might be the biggest at this point. Let's just do that. This part is so annoying. Extend here, even though it gives the sente, which is enough to make health on the top side. Still, it's necessary, right? I can't capture, surely not. It's actually possible to do Tanuki, at least. To do other things. Because when they play Atari and push, I can Hane and cut, and when they go down, I can Atari this way, right? Or, I mean, I would go down first, and then Atari that way, play this one, cut here. Yeah. Then they'd have to save on the inside, which looks like it's not possible. So the end result is they can't actually break through that. They can only take a little bit there, so it's not worth it to spend a move, I think. I think this move is enormous compared to their push and clamp or even cut. Okay, cut is not possible, right? But push and clamp would be able to like take everything away from me there. And comparatively, when I do this, I can push them all the way back to that. I think this churn must be the biggest move now, even though there's something over here that's huge and something over here. Okay, so let's see. Is it going to challenge me on my reading here? It's possible I got it wrong. No, it is not. Okay, now I need to answer here in order to save my group after the cut thing. Otherwise, I would be in trouble, I think, of dying that group. Block is correct. Okay, am I losing now? Why is it playing so passive? I'm losing now. How did I lose 10 points there? I only did it slightly wrong after the initial sacrifice. Alright, let's see. Let's see this game. Let's review. This part is Joseki, and then here, it was very interesting. Yeah, after this. So this one, my intuition is right, and just full commit on saving it, but run it out away from this part. And then you can save this too, and you don't have to speak loudly at all. You should try to speak very softly, in fact. Meaning, save these very low profile. Yeah, let them do the high profile stuff, and we just answer. It makes sense. Okay. So in the actual game, this is too high profile. And then invasion was okay, but you should be low profile and just take care of it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it was beautiful, really, what Wait did here to run out through this and to use that one to punish my invasion. Made sense. And this was gorgeous. Gorgeous move. Give me so much pressure for this thing. So I peeped and covered it. Which was okay. Apparently this way is half point better. This looks extremely dangerous. Yeah, when he gets to run out to aim it, I think. You can see here I have to cover my cut, my wedge, and then you can cut here as well. This doesn't look good. But ultimately, it is true that that has some weakness. Like this would be crazy for black to do, but possible. Oh, I didn't mean to put it in play mode. I think this is causing the issues. So I did this, which is fine. And then I covered, which is not fine, huh? It really wants to save this part to try to handle that connection underneath stuff. I didn't respect attach on top after jumping here. I understand what it's talking about, though. If I speak where I don't even care about that one stone. It's better. So I need to get a lot back from this, which is what that's starting. Yeah, here was my connect plan good. Okay, the plan was good. It's just the first move is bad. So I need to realize here, he doesn't have to play passive move. I mean, even if he does play passive move, it's already bad plan. Like when he plays passive move and takes care of himself after I die, it wasn't good enough. Obviously. I just need to realize that attaching here with the large knight. After attach, he must run. And then I can save gently without saving that. The 3/3 invasion that comes later is much better here. I'm not sure I know. I'm not sure I understand. Why do I want to attach there? After jumping, normally the attach means you like build in that direction, but after jumping, it's not about building. It's just about like connecting together and staying thick. The point is just that he's somewhat thin. He's somewhat small. He's somewhat weak here. He's not thin. He's not thin, but he's weak. We just want to be thick next to it. Ah. You gotta get really, really, really thick next to stuff which is weak but not thin, which is what he did. He became weak and very thick, which means that I need to get thick nearby. I tried kinda to do that, but yeah, this method of saving myself, emphasizing on this outside area, does seem more valuable than emphasizing on this outside area, don't you think? However, it gives white more. Yeah, more value there. And I came through this part. Oh, my trading idea was completely wrong because I couldn't really kill him. Oh. Yeah, if I can get the block, it would be great. And if I can't get the block, then saving underneath. This is how to get the most. Aha. This is how to get the most danger, counter pressure, and territory. Yeah. Super dangerous for white suddenly. And I can just take care of myself and attack them. Okay. So I super underestimated what it means to switch the territory value here. I knew that those variations are less controlled, but I forgot that if I get the territory compared to if he gets the territory, I'm supposed to get like way less control. So if I get just a little less the control, then it's a lot better. I actually forgot that when I was making my judgments. I only went for the variation with the most control, which is silly. Of course. Okay, and then here, let's see. I want to see if I can review myself to find where I went wrong through this part. Because in general, I was attacking well here. These are like the normal moves. That's the normal attack. You can say I went slightly wrong here. But what actually went wrong? Was it push here, which is wrong direction? I could believe push there is wrong direction, but it was very hard to find a better move. Jump here, allowing the descend, could be a little wrong shape, but it shouldn't be very wrong shape, because it is a really valuable direction. And then I guess I did stuff really wrong here, so it should have been connect this way. Obviously I knew I could connect like this, and it would be Sente, and then I could get the territory here compared to him getting the territory, and then squeeze. Actually, since it's Sente for me, this is ridiculous I didn't do that. It would be a lot better, yeah. Big mistake. Let's see, what does AI say? So this move is fine. You can also try to mess around. Between these, AI also doesn't know. Okay, I respect that. I chose a good one. Yeah, so normally humans wouldn't let me do this because it's so scary. I was looking at this one earlier. You guys remember, right? I looked at this one. Now that I got thick, it's saying it's good. So now I saw earlier, I'm supposed to look at the peep and connect. Then I'm going to kill it. So if I play here and ignores and peep and connect here. Is it locally dead? Is this actually just dead shape? It looks like it can live with this one, but there's cut, and then there's a ko going on here. I guess this is good for black if it goes like this. That ko is... No? It's not the ko... Oh! Use this one first. If they answer, then you do it this way. And then there's no ko even. Sick. Sick. So then when they do this, then we can cover. Oh, they can still live. It doesn't seem working. Okay. So that was not the way. Actually, it's this one. So if they block, then you can Atari and kill. Okay. That's scary. But what if they play here? We still Atari and kill. Oh, but what if they play here? Now it's like this. Now we extend. Oh, and this is good way. I see. It forces them that. So they can only play here. Wow, wow, wow. That is not obvious. Atari. After Atari, you can't link up to it. Ah. After Atari and push and here, then it can go there, and then this one is shorted. Oh. So white is just fine? Okay. Let's see. What exactly does it recommend for the life and death? Play away! So all of these are failing after that. Yeah, my review katago didn't read it out as thoroughly. So I guess this is a bad move. Right? Wait, why? Why would it be good to play here if it's non-sente? And play here if it's not killing? I cannot understand this variation at all. Yeah, this was just bad variation. My katago is just overexcited. Okay. So my move is actually good here, I think. I think my move is the correct one, and katago is hallucinating, actually. Because this, and then... These moves are just delaying the fact that it cannot read this life and death. Neither can I, to be fair. But if you played here, you were waiting for this one, and to like make a kill threat, but after this, white is safe. And you can do this, and here, but it's bad, apparently. Oh, yeah. If you took a liberty, of course it's bad. I forgot. So here, my attacking direction. Maybe it was central is supposed to be better. Little bit, I think. It's a little bit better to play from the center here, because you can cover the center weaknesses that I had to defend. Yeah. I was scared this one will become very awkward, but I can just later do this. Yeah, it was really bad, actually. By my standards. My attacking standards are way higher than my defending standards. So by my attacking standards, this I can really feel it, actually. It's my bad. Yeah, it's still interested in that. But it looks like locally I took the right thing. This is... I don't believe that. I think if you play here, it's going to be able to play away. And then we'll suddenly realize... Oh man, it's not working for white. For black, I mean. And then it'll realize, oh, hang on a second, we lost value just now. But it's not that much value to lose. Also, it's very interested in this stuff and this one, which I saw a glimpse of before. Yeah, I didn't think this was gonna do anything. Out of honestly some naivety. And this one, same thing. Here, I didn't really realize that he should answer, even if this is his sente. Oh, he really shouldn't answer that. Then aren't we dying? Oh, we can use this to help secure ourselves to the Short Liberty. Look at that. Doop, doop, chop, chop, chop. Murder. That's nice, that's nice. That's really, really, really nice. And then you can come back over here. Take care of it. That's super advanced. Okay, then I tried to connect. Yeah, I think it's fine, honestly, what I was doing there. But push there, it should be this one, even though it's concentrated. It doesn't have to be concentrated forever, right? And mostly I'm gonna force him that way. Okay. Can I just exchange this, by the way? Something. Can I exchange? Like, insert exchange, and then... see? Okay, so what I'm going to do is go back here to this whole attack, right? It was already suggesting me to play that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this. Insert moves. I'm going to insert an exchange. And then click insert moves again. So now it's going to regenerate the game here, but with this exchange already in there. And it's going to go through and analyze. I set the fast analysis to take more playouts here. So it's, you know, taking a moment to get up. But from now, it should have, yeah, with that exchange. No, I didn't want that. I want the exchanged. Yeah, here. So now I have the exchanged line. Where was it, man? I want that exchange line. Oh, is it now the main line? No, it isn't. No, the main line is still this one. Where's the exchange line? Darn it, man. Is this the exchange line? It's supposed to generate a full line. Here, here, and then this line. There we go. This is the line that I wanted. Okay. So if it goes like that, then how's the attacking? Let's see. So my attacking here is fine. I was talking about honeying here. You guys remember, right? That was a method which is used to wait. Yes. And this one, I knew there could be something here, but I really didn't read it very thoroughly. I should have read it more thoroughly. This way, like this turn, so he has to go here. And then you get this kind of thing, and he has to answer. And then you can get this kind of thing, and it's like so close to saving. It might not be quite healthy enough. Like here we're locally dead, but we get a huge counterattack. The fact that we have so many liberties here. So we can run the counterattack first. Force him to really try. So here we're threatening to live, and he can actually just let us live. Because if he tries to kill it... So this kind of method would try to kill it. There's problems, huh? So he has to fix... And then there's cutting problem here as well. Wow. Super precise. Super decisive. Cut, cut, cut. And eventually succeed at splitting it. Therefore succeed at making it so that this thing, which we couldn't really attack very cleanly at the moment, suddenly we can use it. That would be a good way. Yeah, the problem was here, there was no clean, great, valuable thing to get. It was more valuable to go here to at least protect this cut and limit the space. Like the problem was after the Tiger's Mouth, when they played again, they would get a lot of space, which I really didn't expect. I don't know why. But Tiger's Mouth lays claim to a lot of this space too, which I will remember. That's why it's so valuable. So that's why, yeah, push was losing something. I wasn't losing much, but... And this wasn't losing much, but it could have been different as well. Attach here was the correct way, huh? This is the decisive, strong move. Really? This seems so crazy. Okay, you can't even do that. It has to be jump. I don't understand. And either way now? Why does he have to oh my god. So if you jump, then he's just gonna connect. That's normal. Here? Why can't he connect? We played this one and he's locally dead. What? Seriously? Because now he can't play from this side and then cover us because we're going to use the throw-in thing. Do you guys see that sequence? Here, here, here. Atari, throw-in. Like that. That's what AI is talking about. It means that this moment, it's already kind of decisive. He can do this to make it a ko. But already, Wei is dead in ko if it goes like that. This one, then now if we try to do the same thing, he can use this sente and cover us. So this is the only way to make sure you get out after that sente. You can still try to break this area. And he has to struggle and make some ko to survive. So this move is super decisive. Yeah, my way is much, much softer. Just let me get some outside benefit kind of meeting. Okay, and finally we can go back to the real game now. Somehow we already did, but yeah. Progressing over here is a reasonable method, which I did not find. We did that instead. Yeah, he peeped here, which covered the Aji over here somehow. And it turns out my move on the bottom side was not bad, by the way, even though he can press it down like this. And cut was not bad either, even though he can do that. Because I'm supposed to fight it with the thing. It's so hard to fight this. Like, yes, you can capture the one stone. I guess that means that then this group is dying. I thought, like, when he runs through, I'm dying over here. And still this is weak, yeah. Still there's problems here where, like, when he connects and runs through, it's going to be difficult. So we have to play here and fix it. Applying pressure to this one. If I run out, then he's going to get in big trouble. He goes and kills it. I can kill that. But he can actually... Oh my god, it's crazy. So that was the decisive way to use this weakness. So my way here... Yeah, this one minus 3 points to only squeeze rather than do the decisive things. And this one minus 5 points to not use the strongest Aji. It's so hard. It's so hard because this is not like alive. Right? Is it alive? Holy shit. It's alive. Never mind, never mind. I'm just bad. It's not hard. I thought that was a... Oh my god. Isn't this dead? No, it's not. Wait. If he wants to kill, he has to leave a cutting point. Like a crazy cutting point. Oh man. It was actually not hard. Damn it. It was actually just me being bad. I could have used this. Oh, you're supposed to use the Aji. I know you're supposed to use the Aji. My method of using the Aji is way too outside. And I didn't realize you can play outside, let them solidify, and you lose that much. Like that much. That's crazy. It's the same problem here. You play outside, you let them solidify, you can lose that much. Like that much. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. And my turn, it doesn't like it at all. It's like, you must answer. Even though it's not a real threat after that. You still must cover it. Really? Even though the only thing it did to me afterwards was like, give that. It's like, wait better. Yeah. You can see from the lack of aggression here, the reason why I keyed in, oh, I must be losing, is using the PDA, which means that once it's ahead, it thinks I'm the weaker player. I need to secure my advantage. Which means that it wouldn't play this move, which is obviously better than that one. So I knew from that I should resign. This one is just a safe move, right? To secure the lead rather than do something even mildly complicated like that. Okay. So what to learn from this game? There were a few different kinds of mistakes. Right. So, first of all, in this fighting, you must progress it. This is urgent stuff. And if you don't progress it, your problems aren't local problems, they're global problems. So that's how I got in trouble here. Like, particularly the most important technique, which I'm going to take away from this, is the connect for white into don't push. So connect into play for the global attack and then the global surround either one. Therefore, with the connect, already the black group on the left side, its space is really limited. So, excuse me. So white managed to get a kill on the left side in big scale rather than small scale, and I only thought I was leaving a kill in small scale. That's a really important technique to remember. So you can connect here as white to progress this fight one step, and then wait for their choice. And if they play here, you're like, okay, that's fine. This is a strong group. I'll give it to you, and then re-attack this one, right? So you say, I got a little bit more power, and I can use that. I can press on this a bit more in order to make a surround. It's very sensible. Very, very sensible, normal fighting. I approve. But, yeah, if they don't answer, then you say, well, later I can attack this whole thing. It really likes that peep, by the way, which is, I guess, the reason why you're supposed to tiger this kind of shape. Wow, it's really a lot better, huh? To get this shape compared to when they peep. I guess as long as we're willing to fight the ko, this one is more I shape. Even if we're not willing to fight the ko, this one is more I shape because it forces white to make a bad exchange. Wow, this one is actually a lot healthier than I thought for black. Like, really, it's very healthy. Okay, this... I will respect that tiger's mouth from now on as well. That's a good thing to take away. That tiger's mouth is strong. The connect into say it's all weak is a great technique to remember. My technique there is not so bad, but in general, I needed to speak very strongly about saving myself, about being thick. When they made that super thick weakness, like I really needed to speak very strongly about saving myself. And my way is okay. It's okay. Like, okay, it's a bit small here, but not to the tune of an amount that any human could really recognize. This was a very humanly recognizable mistake. It's just like, of course white gets the territory and is happy. I don't know why I gave that up so easily without thinking about if I break the territory and still have some attack, you know, it's not going to be much attack, but still some. Why did I just intuitively give that away? It's because I intuitively knew it's not as much for, yeah. It's not as much for thickness, but that's not the only thing that matters. Yeah, here I should think, even if it goes down, which it's gonna go down, right? It's not done trading. Like, this way, yeah. I totally understand. You remember, guys, I told you, I don't want to become like a stick, where he's thick here and thick here. That was what I told you. That's the problematic way that this can turn out. Well, that's what happened. And the way that it happened was probably because of continuing here at all. Like, if you don't continue here at all, it won't be bad, right? I think that's true. I think you can't, like, white can't really turn it to be bad by itself. So that's why it's at this moment the AI suddenly starts emphasizing on these moves. It's because this is a moment where black can easily turn to be bad if you try to attack and let white live. That makes sense. That makes sense. It also makes sense why I need to do this kind of move. So if I'm trying to attack white, we need to force them to play the bad area rather than the good area, which is right in the middle of things. Yeah. It can be decisive and stuff, but... This was just a complicated fight, which I didn't believe in, but maybe you should have. This is just really tough judgment. Really tough. And then it was largely that it never saw b9. I thought this was like the most I can get out of it, even though I can see that this is bad. Like, a bad progression here. I can see that the position now and the position after this it's better now. I know that. But I didn't know how to use it. From now on, I will always check. Yeah, always check for second line health, and then cuts arising from the second line health. Press, because white needs to press me on my second line health, and then when they press me on my second line health, they'll leave weaknesses behind, which I can use for counterattack, that's probably going to be the most outside thickness that you can get from there. That's making sense. Okay, in general, just a couple really bad mistakes, and then some basically some really bad strategy for black through there. A tough fight or two. What's the main thing I'm taking away from this game and using to be a better player? It's gotta be the start. This is the most impressive bit here, right? The start, the way they treated the left side on the start, that was awesome. And then the way they treated the top side to use the wedge there. Yeah, the connect under can use the wedge, and after it does, if they manage to connect under really strongly with that, that's good. So the wedge is very good for them to build their strongest counterattack against the top that they can. Then obviously, like when you look at a position like this, you can see, oh, white is totally healthy. No problem at all, really. We can maybe, exchange one move, and that's it. Eventually, you've got to fix. Yeah, you just got to come back. And so, this shape, you can see when you look at it. Oh, territorially, black has all of that. White has nothing. White can even still be weak someday, and it's likely white will even want to cut for the health, and just black can easily give that up and just progress, and looks good, right? Oh, black shouldn't even give it up. Black should even just leave it. Wow. Because this is still unhealthy. Oh my god. It's like, okay. The connect under can use the wedge here. Yes. Right. Particularly when there's excess thickness, we use the wedge to give up the wedge and to control the top. And then black may not be able to do that, and therefore the wedge is very strong since it gets to be the best shape, right? The wedge, if black isn't going to go after your wedge, you want a wedge. And if black does go after your wedge, you're going to get to control the top. That's the point that white has here. That's why I was saying I don't think white is even going to try to challenge me on the other things. Yeah. Because I knew this is good, it's just I let it happen. Okay. Okay. It's a good game. It's a good game. I understand the wedge concept a bit more here, like why we're doing it and what it's getting. That's very useful. I understand the initial technique a bit more, and I understand, like, my theoretical understanding over here is same understanding, but I understand that this is bad. That when I know that stuff is bad, I'm supposed to go find some territory move. Like, I think that's the key, is to realize, oh, if I just go and control territory here, that's how I keep my advantage when they, like, although they're not going to suffer, they're going to be totally fine. Yeah, I can just press this kind of way that, I'll just, it's black plus 21, so you're not supposed to go break, right? You're supposed to say, okay, everything's fine. Of course you can go break. And it's leaving me the opportunity to go do this stuff. Oh, what a devious AI this is. Here, yeah, what a actually tremendous concept, tremendous idea as well that way. Yeah, okay, I understand how to handle this. Like, right now I knew I'm losing territorially, so it made me want to break and be strong and stuff. But you're just supposed to go reverse the territory rather than break. Yeah. Of course. I know that theoretically. It's just the tactical challenges here, judgment challenges. Like, I can understand each judgment and tactic that I saw. It's just some stuff for the toolbox, right? The precise toolbox. I won't necessarily get it right next time because it'll be an entirely different fight. But that shape, I should, like, each individual shape that happen in this game, I should understand a bit better. And then strategically speaking, I understand a bit better through the center, and I understand a bit better through the beginning. And that's all I can ask for. It's a good game. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you later. Bye-bye.